Hi everyone, this is the um, lab video for building a polypeptide lab. So this chapter is all about proteins, and proteins are made of amino acids, and this is a chemistry class, so you need to know the chemistry of these amino acids and how they link together to form polypeptides. That can feel really intimidating to just draw at the chemical structure, so this lab is meant to help you sort of manipulate amino acids and build an amino acid using these manipulatables that you cut out. Okay, so the last page of the lab has a bunch of amino acids on them for you to cut out into individual amino acids. There are more than you need, but that's the first thing you're going to do. So you'll need to cut out at least 5 of these amino acids. And there's also a page that has the various side chains, which you don't have to cut all of them out. You'll need to cut out some of them individually, and so you can wait to determine which ones you want to cut out there. But you want to definitely cut up those amino acids. So I'm going to try to show you over here what I'm talking about. So when we link amino acids together to form a polypeptide, okay, they don't just link like this. They link through a dehydration, aka condensation reaction, where they lose water in order to form peptide bonds. So what happens is these amino acids get sort of, you're gonna play the enzyme here, and you're gonna cut these amino acids. So you're gonna cut off this OH from the C terminus of our first amino acid, and you'll cut off this hydrogen of the amine group. So you'll cut off H2O. So I'm gonna get some scissors, and I'm gonna do these cuts. So the OH, and I'm cutting off this hydrogen. All right, and so now I can tape these guys together. Grab me some tape. All right, HOH, that's our water molecule. All right, and I can tape these two together, and that is forming our peptide bond. So the tape, where I'm placing the tape, is basically, that's the peptide bond right here. Okay, maybe I need to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so I've got one peptide bond, I've got a dipeptide now, where I still have R's that are representing those side chains. I haven't placed side chains there, and I have one water molecule. So the next one, for the next one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slice off this OH here and this hydrogen here and make another water molecule. So I'm building a peptide, one amino acid at a time. So I won't tape these, but here's my water molecule off to the side, and I'll tape these together to make another peptide bond. All right, so you're going to make a pentapeptide. That's 5 amino acids that you're going to tape together. You'll have an N terminus and a C terminus in the process. And so once you have taped 5 amino acids together, you will copy down this structure. So you'll practice writing this out here in this space here. So you'll just have those R groups as placeholders. So that's what I mean by a generic 5 amino acid peptide. All right, I want you to also follow these instructions. So when you write out that, when you draw that here, I want you to draw a big circle around the entire N-terminal amino acid, so the whole amino acid at the N-terminus. And I want you to highlight all the peptide bonds in yellow. You can use a highlighter, you can use a colored pencil, a marker, I don't care. Then you're going to start adding some side chains to your pentapeptide, but in a moment, I guess. So the next activity is I have a pentapeptide drawn out here, all right, and ask you to do some things. One, I want you to circle all of the side chains and name all of the amino acids in this pentapeptide shown, all right? And then you're going to build your own, you're going to flesh out your own pentapeptide by replacing those R groups with some side chains of your choosing, all right, that you cut out from that other sheet. Now, don't go by the ones I put here. I just randomly selected some, but you are going to select your, so in these green boxes here, that's where you're going to place your side chains that you cut out, okay? And I want you to pick side chains that complement this amino acid pictured up here. So I want you to pick ones that will have like interactions, right? So if it's a polar side chain, pick another polar side chain to go with it, okay? Do not pick the same exact group, all right? Unless you are attempting to do a disulfide bond, okay? So you are going to make what I would call, I guess, a complementary peptide, okay? One that would, where the side chains would all have sort of optimal interactions, all right? So you're going to pick those side chains, you're going to tape them on here, and then you are going to take that pentapeptide that you build and tape, and you're going to actually tape it physically to this sheet, or you'll place it on this sheet. And you're also going to need to label it. So I want to know for each of those 5 spaces, those 5 amino acids, I want you to indicate what type of interactions are occurring between them. So between those the opposite facing side chains, these side chains that are facing each other here, is it a hydrophilic, hydrophobic? Is it a hydrophilic interaction, a hydrophobic interaction, a salt bridge, or a disulfide bond? So I guess I should relabel these. We'll say hydrophobic, hydrophilic, salt bridge, or disulfide. And hydrophobic, remember that's going to be between nonpolar groups. Hydrophilic includes dipole-dipole or hydrogen bonding between polar groups. Salt bridge is ionic attractions between opposite charges, and disulfide specifically is a bond between 2 sulfurs. Oops, disulfide. There we go. Ta-da! And that is essentially it. So, not a lot of questions, but there is a hands-on kinesthetic to do. And because there aren't a lot of questions, every question in here is worth a lot. So make sure you're reading carefully, you're doing following all the instructions and labeling all the things that you are instructed to label. Draw the things you're instructed to draw. Indicate, aka label, the types of attractions that are occurring, all right? And then these pages are the pages for the cutouts. These are the amino acids for you to cut out, and these are the various side chains for you to cut out. And notice I try to cut the side chains, cut it so that when you tape it on here, it's not, blocking, and they're not overlapping. So just, cut as closely around as you can so that they have space. And then you'll paste that in the paste space here. All right, If you have questions, of course, you know how to reach me. That's all.